Good day all, welcome to Obed Farm. Just wanted to respond to a question that I got. The question that I got was, you're doing too many things on your farm. The things that you're doing, you should focus all your money on one crop or one thing at a time, because if you do that, then it means that you're going to get all your money back at a given time. At this point in time, I would like to say that that would not work for a smallholder farmer. If I had probably 10 to 100 hectares, then doing one crop at a time does make financial sense. Why I say that it makes financial sense, it means that I am able to take the amount of land that I need to grow products on one area, and I know that I am multiplying it by large volumes. So when you see people who do maize, let me just give an example. A farmer who does maize, why he does probably 10, let's give it just 10 hectares. The amount of inputs that you put into there versus the revenue that you then generate, it's able to sustain you for one full year. For me, who only can farm during the rainy season, it doesn't work. I've only got 2.5 hectares of land to farm, and on those 2.5 hectares, the amount of money that I generate from growing that maize means that my farming endeavors do not generate enough income for me to do anything over if that money will not sustain me over 2 months. The maize would have taken 4 to 5 months for it to grow, and only after 2 months my revenue is finished. So that's the reason why they say that when you do farm, you really need water. Yes, they say work with an agronomist. Yes, I do work with an agronomist. The agronomist comes, he tells us the things that need to be done. But he also notices that our lands are very small. The number of hectares that we have is not enough to be able to produce the amount of volumes of business or enough volumes of food for us to be able to sustain us for the whole year. So therefore, that is why we do mixed farming. Right. If I decide that I want to do poultry, I want to do animal husbandry, and I focus only on one thing, you also have your disadvantages again. Why? Because I have also done whereby I've only done one product at a time, and that one product, I will just not lie to you, I did broilers. I did 1,000 broilers. It's only that I never actually showed it at the beginning, because I think at that beginning, I never really took YouTube giving out content as a very important thing at that given time. So what I did is that I did 1,000 broilers. Those 1,000 broilers, I raised them, got them to the proper weights, went to market with them. I did not have anywhere to put those broilers because people did not want the broilers, because the market was flooded. The market being flooded, people were giving you all sorts bad deals for your broilers, to a point whereby I ended up giving it to a butcher, and at the butcher we agreed on a price per kg. The person said that in 1 week's time I would give you back your money. That 1 week turned out to be almost 3 solid months before I got my money. And when I was getting it, I was getting that money in bits and pieces. Like today, he would give me probably just for 50 chickens the following day. So by the time that money came back to me, I had actually lost out, because I could not start my business again into broiler production, because I was not able to create the next generation of broilers. So that is the reason why I ended up into mixed farming, because I saw that being a smallholder farmer, if I do not have money here, I can pick up money from there. If I don't have money from there, I can pick up money from there. But if I had a farm which was 200 hectares or 100 hectares, I would then be able to say to you all, yes, now I can start producing a lot. That means that I can now focus on one product. It means that if I produce 10 hectares of maize, that means that I am going to get a certain profit, which is going to be very sustainable for 1 year. If I produce 10 hectares of soybeans, I am going to be able to produce so much money from the soybeans. So all these things that we then do are the differences of making you being able, especially when you're a smallholder farmer. Being a smallholder farmer, if you do have money, then your maize production becomes reasonable and it becomes something that you can actually sustain because you have the water. For our lands, we do not have the water. That means that it's very difficult. Imagine onions. If I plant onions, let me say on those 2 hectares, that means on 2 hectares of land that I have farmed onions, it means for the next 6 months, I do not have any income or revenue stream that I'm getting from my farmland. So therefore, it means that for 6 months, I've got to wait until those onions are ready. And when they are ready, if I have a problem and they go to market and the market is flooded with these onions, it means that I am now going to lose out on the profit that I was supposed to generate. Yes, then you say drying. Yes, dry them. Yes, I can dry them. But I would have dried them, and that means more time. So from 6 months to probably 8 months until the market is ready for me. So what am I consuming for the next 6 months? I don't have anything. But look at me. If I have 6 months, I have put, let me say, 1 hectare of maize, 1 hectare of onions. For 6 months, it means that I do not have the onions. For 5 months, my maize will come out. Let's say 4 months, my maize comes out. The first thing I'm going to market with is the maize. That means that I am getting a bit of revenue. If the maize is a bit, that means that if after 5 months I've gone to maize with it, then that means that I've got my money. 6 months time, on the 6th month, I'm now supposed to get my onions. My onions hits a flood. I have at least got revenue from the maize, which should probably last me the next 2 months whilst my onions get ready. Then when my onions do get ready, if the market is flooded, I can at least hold back on them. A month later, I will then be able to sell them. At this point in time, I'm starting to plant something else where that maize was. That is me if I have water. If I don't have water, I am not able to do that kind of farming. That is why then you then say to yourself, do chickens, do cows, do goats, do sheep. Those things will help you, because right now, if I am in a need of money, urgently, I need money right now, the fastest thing I know I can go and sell within 2 minutes is a goat. Reasons being, that is the fastest. It's the price range that I'll be selling that goat at is between $30 to $40. That means most people are willing to purchase that price. But a cow would take time because of the prices, because I will now need to look for someone who can afford it. But that's why they say small animals actually do produce more revenue. And then producing more revenue means that you're able to go to market very fast and quick without any challenges. So all we're trying to say is that for me and the smallholder farmers, please do not always put all your money into one thing, especially when you're a smallholder. If you're large scale, you can put your money into producing one product, because when you can produce that one product, it goes to market and you will not have challenges. If you're only farming once a year with rainwater, I would say that you cannot go into that. The people who you see who do one product when they do on a very small scale, they're doing it because they've got access to water. But when you do not have access to water, it is very difficult. Well, I hope I've answered the gentleman or the lady, I'm not sure, about this. And I think there were 2 or 3 people who asked me that question about saying that I should be focusing only on one thing. To me, I can't focus on one thing, because if I do focus on one thing, I am leaving myself at a very dangerous place that if that thing fails, what then happens? Especially like in 2024, this year that we are in, we're facing the greatest drought which we're facing. And I planted sugar beans plus peanuts. These are supposed to take 2.5 months to get to market, but I did not even get anything out of it because they failed. So it means that, imagine if I had planted the whole acreage, right now I would have said all that money that I would have plowed into that, I would have lost. Indirectly, I actually have lost whatever I put into that project at that given time. But does that mean that now I stop? No, it means that I'm able to go on because I've got chickens, I've got goats, I've got cows. So these are the things that then help me. I've got the broiler chickens. These are the things that then help me. So why this is for smallholder farmers? Yes, it is good to produce one product, to go to market with one product. But as much as I have love for one product, I do not do it on the basis that I have learned that there is supposed to be what is known as risk management. This is the risks that I take and the things that I combat those risks when I farm. That in the event of one thing failing, my farm does not close down. It means that there are other things that will be able to protect it. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for liking. And those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel for more content for next time. Thank you very much and have a good day.